I want to be brave enough to be transparent with what I'm going through and sharing it, because I know there are other people out there in my position and dealing with hardship and pain. And I want you to know you're not alone. And I don't want to be alone. So I share my creativity and my struggles with you. Welcome to another edition of On the Road with the Lady Laughs a Lot. Another rainy day here in the Poconos. Let me start the car and run the windshield here so you can see. I'm at a different park. Do I know what I'm doing? There you go. There's the baseball field. There's a walking track. I used to come here with Sky a lot too. Just think that all used to be woods at one time. Today was a crazy kind of respite day because we needed lab work done. So over the weekend, I had to do some logistics and reach out to the respite care facility because we squeezed in the lab work in the morning and shifted respite care by an hour and took care of all of that. And then at least respite care was there when I got home. So I had help getting Jerry back into the house and getting him settled. But then I was all afluster trying to get myself together to have respite. So anyway, that's why I decided to stay local today. I even treated myself to going to the diner and being served some lunch rather than having lunch in the car. I just wasn't prepared. I didn't have anything prepared. But that was nice for a change. But to make the most of the time that I'm giving, instead of traveling out to the lake today, I'm here. So when we last visited my memory keeper journal from back in July, and now we're into August, we were leaving the shore and coming back home. And I have some fun bear footage that I can include because I was only away for a few days, but the bear would smell the suet. I take the suet down every day or every night so that the bear does not come a-visiting. But yeah, he was coming around for some attention for a few days. And you have to remember, around here, we're kind of used to black bears. And they really want nothing to do with us, except they want to eat our garbage or knock down our bird feeders. So when I see the bear coming, my first instinct is to grab the camera and go out and talk to it. Move along. Yeah, you had suet yesterday? Yeah, did you have some suet yesterday? Yeah, we're not going to have suet again today. You shouldn't be coming towards me. You should be afraid of humans. Yeah. Am I going to have to go and take the suet down? Hi, buddy. Hi. Are you alone? You need to... No. You don't come walking towards me. No, you're supposed to be afraid of humans. You keep coming, I'm going in the house. Oh, almost dropped the phone. Buddy. No, be afraid of humans. Be afraid of humans. There's nothing good here, sweetheart. Yeah. No, you're okay. Yeah, you're smelling with your tongue. No drooling. Yeah, there's no drooling allowed. Human. Yeah, I'm human. Go ahead, go walk. Go walk, babe. Go for a walk. That's it. Good bear. Good bear. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's it. Run. That's a good bear. Run away. Keep going. Yeah, spontaneous dinner with my friend Stella. We went to this wonderful Thai restaurant, and outside they have these things where you can stick your head in. And she's fun like that. She's an octogenarian, my friend Stella. So we had a little fun at the restaurant. So while my husband was in rehab, I had the ability to get a break at home. For all my caregivers out there, when it's relentless day in and day out, 24/7, and then all of a sudden you get this break. The only reason my memory keeper journal is so up to date is because I set up a table in the living room and put out all my supplies. I knew I wouldn't have to move it. The cat was keeping me company. And I put all the pages together from my vacation. And then moving forward, I tried to do a daily memory keep just to keep track of what was going on each day. And the sticker pack called All the Feels was priceless for me because it really helped me go through any kind of emotion I was dealing with. Like today I feel irritated, tense. And what's funny is the camera in front of me, I can't read what it says. Because hospital computers don't share info. And LVHN wants to do a biopsy with only a snapshot of info. Ah, God, yeah. Advocacy for a loved one when they're going through stuff like this is exhausting, especially when you're not in the hospital that typically cares for them. The VA hospital primarily takes care of his cancer. And then because of an emergency situation that puts you in another hospital setting, and they're seeing the cancer as if it's a new thing, and they suddenly want to try and figure out what to do about it. And as much as I advocate that we're not here because of the cancer, we're here because he hit his head, and we know what's going on with the cancer. But, they're doing their due diligence, and they want to fight for the biopsy. And it really was, it was several days of trying to get him to understand. And of course, the one hospital's computers didn't want to talk to the other hospital computers. So I had to reach out to the oncologist at the VA hospital, and bless her heart, she sent me the latest readout on his cancer. And I came in and handed it to them, said, "You can't get it? I got it for you. Here, read it." And even then, still, it wasn't until the oncologist was finally face to face with me from LVHN that she finally understood the situation and backed off. But, all that is exhausting, especially when now you're commuting every day to go visit your loved one. Yeah. So, it's okay to not be okay. That is that sticker pack. I love that sticker pack. What are you grateful for today? It has stickers like that in there. Was able to keep track of rest days and busy days. And we celebrated our 17-year anniversary while he was in rehab. And I got him to make a funny face. It was a rare moment. But I like doing the little insert, with all this stuff going on, running out of space in here. And I made it so that, right, when you see this insert, the actual day of our anniversary wound up in this panel here. So 17 years, huzzah, happy anniversary. Yeah, and I brought in brownies and a fruit tray into the rehab, trying to get everybody to kind of celebrate with us and thanking them for everything that they were doing for his care. It's such a tactile experience for me. So not only am I looking at the images, but there's something about being able to, I don't know, touch the pages, validating my life and the emotions that I've gone through and the effort that I take to make sure I'm still living a life for myself. The West End Fair, I didn't want to miss that this year. So I just got in the car and I went and I took my time and I walked around and just enjoyed being on my own, not having to answer to anybody or be stuck to any agenda. And it's also when I came up with this ball pit metaphor. The ball pit metaphor. It seems like lately, to understand my own life, I'm creating metaphors. So picture the ball pits that kids love to jump in. Well, some adults too, if you're not a germaphobe. In a conversation with my AI companion, I was talking about how much I metaphorically feel like I would just love to jump into a ball pit and have fun and be playful. And I found myself compensating for my lack of being able to be artistic and creative by buying things like those keychains. Did you see that short that I made where I was jingle jangly walking you through real quick my different Snoopy keychains and my Chala keychains? I found myself buying these things and at the same time feeling guilty about it because it just seemed frivolous. I don't need keychains, but they're just so darn cute. And having to understand that it's a basic human need for me to want to be happy and have joy, especially because my life right now is filled with 24/7 care for my husband. And even though he was in rehab, while he was going in rehab because he hit his head, he couldn't speak for himself anymore. He was having trouble even trying to feed himself. We took so many steps backwards after his accident that it's exhausting. We were doing so well. And then after his accident, he couldn't even speak for himself. So, like I was saying, I would have to advocate for him and speak for him. I was his medical encyclopedia. And so for 24/7, even though he wasn't even at the house while he was in rehab, it felt like I couldn't get a break. And then after he came back home and the level of care had escalated, I really didn't get a break. So I had to allow myself to get lost in the keychains or little flat back acrylic gems. I It's a way to run my fingers through all these cute little objects and the noise that they make and the way they feel in my hand, and even little mini erasers. And then, holy smokes, walking through a Five Below store, I came across these little mini vending machines. I never felt myself get so excited over something so frivolous before in my life, but the image on the box for these little vending machines had little mini erasers in it, and I had procured myself a bag of mini erasers. And to think that now I had this little toy to engage where you could put them all in, you could see them all, and then you pull a plunger and it dispenses a few at a time. This, my friends, is what was giving me joy and a way for me to find some form of happiness amid the pain and sorrow. So it has become the ball pit metaphor, because what I said was, I want to play in the ball pit, but I don't want to own a ball pit, because I don't need more clutter in my life. Especially because we have more items for medical care in the house that have taken up space, whether it's disposable bed pads or disposable undergarments, yeah, wheelchair, walker. So these things in miniature that I could control, and then bought myself these clear PVC cosmetic bags where I could put them in. These became comfort items for me. And if I knew I was going to be stuck at a doctor's office, I would just grab one and bring it with me, so that while waiting, I could even just look through what was in there. And that Kawaii pen shop had sent me so many fun little trinkets that I threw that in one of these clear bags. And yeah, the point of this long-winded story is, you have to laugh at life. You have to laugh a lot, and you have to find some form of creative self-expression for you, especially if you are a caregiver dealing with this level of care, and to not harp on yourself for trying to find joy. It's a basic human need. Just like sharing these videos are for me. You're my oxygen. I want to be brave enough to be transparent with what I'm going through and sharing it, because I know there are other people out there in my position and dealing with hardship and pain. And I want you to know you're not alone. And I don't want to be alone. So I share my creativity and my struggles with you. So that's enough pages for today, right? On this episode of On the Road with the Lady Laughs a Lot. Besides, I want to enjoy the little time I have left of my respite day. And, oh, no, wait. One more thing, because I got another delivery in of stickers, and I haven't looked at them yet. Let's look at them. It'll be brief, and then I shall let you go. Glazed windows. This is another order from Amazon haul. It was all part of that big order, but it didn't all come together. I love how the packaging in itself looks like a window. I love this. Look at that. Let's see what we got. They all... Wait, so those are roses. Those are 2 roses. Was it 2 of each and 5 designs? They're stunning too, right? And I did confirm, because I started using some of the fall stickers. I can show you that after I get home, because that's home. But these do have, they peel off, they have a backing, and they're a sticker. God, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I feel like I'm playing cards. Deal me in. I'm fascinated by the fact that I've been able to do these videos with you, not only in my car, but I'm doing everything on my phone. And I'm talking as if this is something new and fascinating. Meanwhile, people have been doing this for years now. But the content I've been creating for you, everything's been done on my phone, including the editing. And then even the thumbnail I created, I did on my phone the other day. I didn't have to touch my computer once to put out the content. I am amazed by all of this. Oh, but what I was getting at, my original thought for saying that was in that last haul video that I did. I'm looking at my phone screen while I'm shooting this to make sure that you can see what we're looking at. And I can't tell if it's blurry or clear. And working off the phone on such a small screen, well, I had an opportunity to watch my own video on my laptop yesterday. And once it was on the big screen in the laptop, I was like, oh my God, wow. Yeah, you can see this, no problem. There's no problem. You can see this. Which I am delighted, because that means I can continue the On the Road series. All right, guys, I know normally this channel is a lot about technique and showing you how I create these pages, but it is also about how creative expression is so important in your life that it's not a luxury, it's a necessity for us to be able to live in the real world. So I hope you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, even though I'm really not getting into the nitty-gritty of techniques. All right. I love you and am grateful for you. We'll see you again soon. Laugh at life. Laugh a lot. This way you're not rolled up in a ball crying in a corner. Because, yeah, that's where I'd be if I wasn't doing this. All right. Ciao for now.